What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 34 of my Total Warhammer II modded Vlad von Carstein campaign. So as we saw last time, it has finally begun. Altdorf, or rather Reichland, have declared war on Vlad von Carstein's forces. Now, this is putting us in a pretty dangerous situation, as we do have a lot of armies that are, running around doing things that we probably don't appreciate very much. Balthazar Gelt here with a pretty damn nice stag with a lot of Empire Knights and stuff. That's going to be dangerous, and I'm not sure Fort Saul, if it gets attacked, is going to be able to hold. It does have some nice stuff, which is at full HP now, but with Balthazar Gelt's constant magic attacks, going to be difficult. Really depends, I suppose, on how the AI uses him. I guess the Empire Knights wouldn't be too much use there, but the Great Swords could certainly go up the walls. Hard to say. I'd be interested to see. We might actually have to summon a lord there. Otherwise, Editors defending Fildorf and Nuln will most likely get attacked and will most likely fall in this particular episode, just because we don't really have enough of a good garrison here to defend against us. If we had perhaps a level 5 city with a blasphemous bulwark, then sure, but right now we only have the bones projectiles as opposed to the corpse ball projectiles, so yeah, we will see. Improved projectiles, bones. I'm just imagining like zombies or something sitting there, or maybe not even zombies, just like mortal followers, just like chucking bones at people. Oh man, I'm sure that's obviously not what it is. I just find the idea funny. Anyway, these armies are way too elite for us to hold, but we'll still give it the old college try, and besides, I think it should be a pretty damn fun battle, regardless, even if a lot of our units, or all of our units, will probably fall, especially if they move the third army in. But if Carmilla does fall, we will get revenge for her with Isabella, who's ready to move in, and honestly, Vlad is quite close by as well. Last episode, we were also able to summon Heinrich Kemmler, who is now on the field, and who we are already starting to summon units for to transfer. We got already a couple Caronites and a couple of Hexers. Probably going to keep the Mortis Engine in Helmut Gorst's army for now, though, as he will need it for various well, to actually have damage in his army, to be perfectly honest. Now, somebody in the comments of last episode has noted that the Ravenous Dead only applies to zombies, which is a little bit unfortunate, but hey, at the very least, we will be able to give it to one of the zombie armies, maybe to Helmut Gorst, maybe actually to Carmilla, as her zombies are technically better, a little bit more so than a tar pit. Maybe Heinrich Kemmler will hold on to it for the first little while, just because he's probably going to have some zombies here, as we might not be able to build enough of everything else. Although we can, I believe spirit hosts aren't limited, so we could just build a ton of spirit hosts in addition to the Cairn rates there. But they're fairly fragile, 30 and 30 as compared to the 45 and 30. And they're honestly not that much cheaper. We'll see. We'll see what we can do. Definitely got to get a couple Banshees in here anyway, and upgrade this, but I'm probably getting a little bit ahead of myself. We can also, next turn, I believe, summon our Bloodline Lord, our Bloodline von Carstein Lord, Waller von Carstein, at least temporarily, just to be able to get a few more Sylvanian levies for our retrofit of Vlad's army. Still need to build those Knights of the Red Death. It's just that, somebody else is going to have to do it for him. Anyway, ooh, we can probably actually summon him in Castle Drakenhof to build them. Waller von Carstein, that is, and then give him the tax rate increase and all that stuff, so that should help. Anyway, I believe with that we end the turn, unless there's something I'm forgetting here, and then defend Nuln, which is going to be a very fun time. Dirk, Emmanuel, do you need to move? What do you have, by the way? Oh yeah, you're aggressive. Might actually, well, we still need assassins, that's the thing. Ooh, speaking of assassins, you want to try to assassinate this guy? No, you do not, because you have exhaustion on you. Alright, that's fine. That is fine. Do you need to steal tech?
I will not betray you.
2 more turns, eh? If you move here, and then do this, I'm actually curious. 18, 14... Hey, okay, so as long as you start in the province where there is a reduction, which is from Carmilla, you'll actually use that. Okay, makes sense to me, I guess. Swell thing to have. Oh, then on the other hand, I probably could have kept you over, and I could have used the salt units. That's what I should have done. on these guys. That really could have helped, but oh well. We'll have to try to defend without it, since I didn't think of it at the time. Too late now. Alrighty, let's end the turn. Let's see if Nuln dies, or whether these guys screw themselves by attacking Dottenbark and Wissenberg, in which case they will get screwed over just by virtue of the fact that Isabella will be able to pick them off. Let's find out. Moment of truth. Oh, Gottfried, I forgot to move you, which is mostly annoying because I wanted the camera over there to see what the AI would do. It's all good. We'll do it next turn. And you're going to move into Castle Drakenhof, bump up our money making a little bit. And how soon does Reichland move? Let's see. I'm very excited for this, regardless of the fact that we're unlikely to... Okay, they've besieged it. Oh, that's interesting. They have besieged it rather than attacking it immediately, and they definitely could have attacked it immediately. This is probably not so good for them because Isabella's now in range. The question is, can Isabella's army, together with the garrison forces, as well as Carmilla's forces, win against this? Okay, well actually the first question is, can they actually reach them? They could come very, very close to... Yes, they can. They could reach this army. Ooh, and it is now badly hurt due to the attrition. You're not suffering attrition, but you are, because I guess you're the one that's sieging. Actually, no, you're... Can't actually tell who's... You're sieging. So why are you in attrition? Oh, it probably turned off raiding so that they can attack. I'm willing to bet they'd attack next turn, though, because they're building up rams. So do we attack with Isabella? That's the question here. We do have the Vargeists, but then we won't have the advantage of the walls. But we do have the vampires and their crazy casts. You know, I think we gotta. I think that'll... I think it'll make for an epic battle, but we should probably take advantage of this. Now, Balthazar Gelt, are you going for Fort Saul, or are you going for Fildorf? I guess we stay at Fildorf. We'd have to choose one. I'm willing to bet he's going to try to go for Fort Saul. We could, conversely, as I was saying earlier, summon a Bloodline Lord there just temporarily, just to defend it. It'll cost us a little bit, but maybe it'll be worthwhile. Alright, fine. Fine, we're going to do that. Waller von Carstein. Oh man, that was a lot of money, but oh well. So you are going to get in here. We're going to give you Benevolent Overlord, Sylvanian Marksman. It is faction-wide after all, and Cattle Herder. And then we're going to Restless Dead, Or of Supremacy, Invocation of Nehek, the Hunger. I'm going to ignore all this stuff, although Storm of the Night ironically would help against Balthazar Gelt, as he is a flying unit, but probably not worth the ability. You're obviously going to get Raised Dead, Flock of Doom, and the Curse of Undeath, and double up on that Curse of the Undeath. Evasion, and definitely, Transformation of Kadan, Wind of Death, Magical Reserves. You know what? Get Earthing and Arcane Conduit as well. And then we'll make you a slightly better fighter and put you on a Zombie Dragon. Or do we put you on a Hellsteed? Nah, we put you on a Zombie Dragon. Screw it. I know that's going to increase our costs significantly, but we're going to delete this guy in a little bit. We just wanted the... little buff up in terms of defensiveness. Ooh, but if we don't get the Zombie Dragon, we can get the Bloodlust. I guess we could forego Restless Dead. You know what, let's do that then. Forego Restless Dead, still do the same exact thing. Damn it, screwed that up a little bit. Undo that. Or of Supremacy. Yes. Ooh, Flock of Doom is also... You know what? Screw Van Hell's Dance Macabre. Double up on either... You know what? Flock of Doom is not going to do that much damage to Great Swords. And then get... Evasion, Transformation of Kadan for the free Varg. Gulf like so. Still this, and this. And then Hunger, Beguile, Quick Blood, and then Bloodlust. Honestly, it's not that much of an increase, but honestly, on the Zombie Dragon, that's pretty darn decent. Yeah, that's fine. It's fine as it is. Alrighty, Waller, let's see if you can hold against Balthazar Gelt by yourself. I guess we could get you a couple zombies at the very least. I don't want to pay too much. Honestly, it's still too much. We could get you some Sylvanian levies, but I'd rather not risk losing them as... Ooh, Vlad, you're able to reach this. Huh. Wait a second. Wait a second. I just realized something that we could do. we could send Dieter to Fort Saul and Vlad to Fyldorf if we're able to win this with Isabella. Okay, that makes it pretty interesting. Let's probably do that. We'll unsummon you because you cost too much then. But then it doesn't mean that we do have to fight with Isabella right now. Let's get to it. I'm excited and I'm hoping for an epic damn fight. Probably a very close one at that. I doubt they're going to move away, and indeed they are not a valiant defeat. We will see what we can do about this. Yeah, that's a lot of it's a lot of elite troops. A lot of elite troops. A lot of this will be based on, or like winning is going to be based. Wait. Oh, because we didn't draw out the garrison. So our other option would be to retreat and have the garrison sally out, but were we close enough to the other faction? Or do we fight just like this? I mean, it's still possible. It's gonna be a lot more dangerous. Isabella's done some crazy stuff, though. And I'm kind of tempted to try this like this. You know what, let's just do it like this. I feel like you can't underestimate the vampires. They've done great work, and now we have a ton of Vargeist. Let's get to it. Magic's gonna have to do so much work here. Alrighty, two reasonably elite armies, lots and lots of good troops, and some very, very dangerous ones. A steam tank, some whatchamacallits. Hellblaster, no, Hellstorm Rocket Artillery. Oh, damn you, Hellblaster, why must you have a slightly similar name? Plus, of course, the Demi-Griffs, which I can't see quite yet, that are here as well. There's the steam tank trundling in. There are even more of the Hellstorms. How many of them? I think there are 3 at least. But anyway, first thing is first. This is going to be very, very dangerous for us, so we're going to have to be careful. The vampires and the bats and the wolves and the Vargeists are all going to have separate jobs, and all of the rest of the army, minus the vampires, are going to have to hang back until the vampires put a dent in the enemy army. But here they come, and now there's 4 of them instead of just 3, and that's got to be a scary sight for the enemy army. They know what this means. They can't really deal with that. Now the vampires, immediately we summon a unit of zombies on top of the enemy huntsman general, and we go for him immediately. And this is going to be one of 2 units of zombies summoned. We got another one summoning in a few seconds. This one is from the bound spell. And then we also have the other one that we can summon as well. Obviously, this is just to distract the enemy so that we can freely kill the enemy lord. And I think this is a pretty damn nice first attack for the vampires. The enemy lord can't get away. Ooh, was that a steam tank cannon shot? There we go. Looks like the enemy lord is just about to fall down here. Can't do anything. I love how we can move into an enemy army, and there he goes, and move into an enemy army, and then immediately just pop a bunch of summons in there. Ooh, a Hellstorm Rocket Artillery decides to fire here. Probably actually doing more damage to the enemy. In fact, guaranteed doing more damage to the enemy, just by virtue of us not caring about the zombies. We're also going to start with our first cast. The enemy is starting to move around us, and it's Purple Sun of Zoraeus time. I'm not going to do crazy things here, and I believe this is not an overcast one, but it is, it's certainly going to damage 2 or 3 of the enemy units, and I think that's good enough for me. Next up, we're going to focus the next Hellstorm Rocket Battery, Rocket Artillery, whatever, that is in the middle of the enemy army. Just gotta delete these, as I am wary of them because they might kill our bats, and I really don't want that. Next up, we're gonna summon we're going to cast a Pit of Shades once again on top of the enemy. And this is the benefit of having so many vampires. Generally speaking, I don't do this in battles in the sense that I missed the Vargeist dropping in. And now over here, the enemy was moving a unit of Reiksguard and a unit of Demigrips around. And I decided that if they're going to isolate themselves, a bunch of Vargeist, 6 Vargeist units can certainly take care of them. Yeah, they're Demigrips, they're very dangerous to the Vargeist, but nonetheless, I think that's more than enough Vargeist to take care of that. Plus, we do have bat support and doggos moving in as well. And as we've seen before, the Dire Pack is a really nasty anti-large unit that can kill lords and kill large cavalry units with the best of them. Anyway, what I was saying with regards to the vampires is that usually I don't like to drop in lords like this, as the AI is stupid and clusters around them. But with regard to the vampires in particular, the vampire counts, that is, I feel, a very viable strategy, as vampires are extremely strong, and especially when we have multiples of them. It's not like we're getting Vlad in by himself and waiting for the enemy to cluster around. And this is essentially, I want to say, like 70% of the force of the strength of our army. It's all tied up in these vampires. Gotta remember that each vampire costs like 1,200 money or something in upkeep. The vampires cost way more than the rest of the army combined, so therefore it doesn't really feel the same as it does when you, like, I don't know, take Queek or some other relatively tanky lord. Honestly, Queek was probably not the best choice there. But take Kolek, for example, or somebody, and just pop them into the enemy. Okay, Kolek's also a bad example because he can kill the army by himself. You know what I was saying earlier, take Vlad by himself, pop him into the enemy army by himself without engaging the rest of your forces. Yeah, that I generally don't do. Plus, the vampires make way for the bats to do their work. Speaking of bats doing their work, we are jumping in and attacking the enemy Demigrips and the enemy Reiksguard here. The Dire Pack is also helping out. It looks like these guys are dropping pretty damn fast. The Demigrips are down to about half HP, and the Reiksguard are just about dead, so well done to the Vargeist. One of the Vargeist units is going to peel away, and I decided to tell it to attack this unit of Halberdiers, mostly so that they don't attack our bats. Our bats, in the meantime, have flown over the engaged cab and have decided to attack this giant pile of handgunners, crossbows, and handgunners. All the range units that we can get our batty little hands on, or claws on. We've also summoned a unit of zombies right on top of this Hellstorm rocket battery because it was starting to fire on the bats there, and as we can see, some of those bats really got beat up. I'm pretty sure that was due to that Hellstorm rocket battery. There's plenty more range units where that came from, of course, but we're going to keep distracting. Also, there's a Hellblaster volley gun here as well. We summoned another unit of zombies on top of that. Very effective, I think, use of the zombies just to tie up the artillery and prevent them from doing anything. Allows our bats to do whatever they damn well please. Just watching the vampires do their thing a little bit. The steam tank has went into close combat here. Bats, as you can see, are flying back and forth. That's by virtue of the fact that some of them are still engaged, and bat AI, maybe partly because of their speed, I don't know, is really annoying. The bats are very difficult to deal with because you try to tell them to attack something and they'll just fly back because 1 or 2 bats are engaged somewhere still, like they're stuck in an enemy unit. I really, once again, hope that gets, changed up at some point. Anyway, look at what we have to attack here. Outriders, handgunners, 3 crossbowmen unit, another handgunner unit, another outrider unit with grenades as well, and then, well, I guess the artillery as well, the Hellblasters and the other Hellstorm rocket battery. So plenty of things to attack. Enemy cabs out of the picture. We're going to have our regular Dire Doggos chase them and kill them, as well as the Dire Pack chasing the Demigrips, while the Vargeists move in. There we go. And the Vargeists are not going to drop in around, but they're going to go help the vampires, who have now started to take damage. They've just been fighting here. They're not just casting their magics. They have been fighting the entire time, and a few of them have been quite damaged. We unfortunately don't have any mana to heal them up, or otherwise I would. And exactly 4 units means exactly 4 for an overcast invocation of the heck, but maybe we can get one going later. While the Vargeists, they can certainly help with this. The enemy is in a nice little circle, and we can drop in around many units. There we go. Very nice. That's going to be effective. The Reiksguard are going to push in as well, unfortunately, which is going to be a little bit dangerous for a couple of our Vargeist units, but overall, we now outnumber the enemy. Well, maybe not outnumber the enemy, but hey, we do overpower the enemy because the balance of power has just slightly, very slightly so far, shifted in our favor. Bats going to keep doing what they're doing. More range units for them to kill. I gotta love the bats in that regard, as they've been very effective. Just do have to watch out for these Demi-Griff Knights with halberds, which are still running around. Same with these Reichsguard. A single charge into our unit of bats would probably rip them apart. Otherwise, the Vargeists and the Vampires will be able to kill everything here minus the steam tank, I think, fairly easily. It's a simple matter of holding with the vampires and the big bats. I mean, you gotta admit, this is very similar to what we do with the with sieges, where the Vargeists and the vampires get to work on the enemy while the bats and stuff wait until the opportune moment. And that feels very right. It'll change a little bit when we finally get our ooh, grenades. Grenades popping out there. The bats must have taken some hits there. Yeah, see, a single volley from those grenades appears to have halved this unit of fell bats, so we need to immediately charge those grenade launcher outriders, lest they kill one of our precious bat units. What was I talking about? Oh, right, the army's going to change itself a little bit when we get a zombie dragon, as well as a couple of terrorgeists in here, but generally speaking, this is a pretty, I think, a decent strategy. Vampires soften up the enemy, wait for them to you know, surround them, and then drop the Vargeists in, and then have the bats run around on the flanks, killing anything that's fragile or anything that's running away, together with the help of the dire doggos. Really, really effective for Isabella's army, and it damn well better be. This may be an elite force of Empire troops, but our army costs insane amounts of cash, so it better be effective. We've certainly still taken some damage. A couple of one of our Vargeists is badly hurt, but we're going to heal that one up in a little bit. Might even heal a couple of the vampires as well. Oh, and there we go. It looks like the balance of power is now at 75%. We're drawing very close to a chain rout here. Even the Demi-Griff Knights with halberds at full HP are routing. Therefore, I think the chain rout is here. And just taking a look at the map here, we can see that 90% of the battle occurred, I guess, in the center here, with the melee troops fighting the Vamps and the Vargeists, whereas, as I've been saying, the Bats and the Dire Doggos have been killing all those poor undefended range units. Also, one of the there was a war wagon unit on the field, and the Dire Pack, as usual, ripped those war wagons apart, I think, to a wagon, as in every single one died, and then quickly moved on to kill another unit of Outriders. The Dire Pack, always quite effective. 47 kills, but you gotta remember, all 47 of those, I believe, were either Cav, Halberd, or Cav, Monstrous Cav, or war wagons, as the Dire Pack has been specialized to kill those, and I haven't had them bother with anything fragile like enemy archers or anything like that, because bats and dire doggos, regular dire doggos, I mean, can take care of that. And there we go, battle just about over. There is obviously a couple of unbreakable units. I believe it's just a steam tank now, actually, but it'll be dead soon enough. We are just going to have to be careful with, you know, with what we send towards it. Can't be sending anything like the regular dire doggos at it, and we'll probably not want to have the very badly hurt Vargeists deal with it as well. Look at what, I don't know if it was trying to escape or what. Where the heck were you going? All of our units were still fighting down there, and there were zombies for you to kill. Anyway, we're going to have all the vampires and the rest of our... and I guess the Devils of Schwarzhofen together here, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. The original units, essentially. They've been together for a long time. The enemy lord is dead. I don't remember. Somebody also was getting killed over here. Is that you? Or are you just some dude? I guess it was that guy. Oh, man. Okay, well, he got ripped apart by doggos. The tank is going to be gone soon. We're also having the Dire Pack chase around it, even the Demi-Griff Knights. We're going to have our the rest of our Vargeists follow along to help out with this as well. It is otherwise going to take a while. They're, after all, running away and not standing still, which makes it difficult for the Dire Pack to delete them, but you can see how quickly they're losing HP, even being chased. They're quite quick, 79. Damn. Good job, Demi-Griffs. I mean, they're not going to outrun the 200-speed Dire Pack, but still, damn. There we go. Here come the Vargeists to take care of that, to help out with the Demi-Griffs. The steam tank just about to explode. Let's see the explosion. I guess that's going to damage us as well, unless I'm mistaken. Alrighty, here we go. Against this picturesque sky. Every time we have one of these bat battles, we have such a picturesque sky. I've been noticing that. Really good shots of the bats for some reason. Alright, who's going to get the kill here? Another steam attack from the steam tank. Go figure. Isabella's gotten quite hurt doing this, but you know, she's got a lot of heals, so I'm sure she'll be okay. Alright, just speed it back up to normal, and time for the steam tank to die. Man, it's got like no HP and it's just still sticking around. There we go, there we go. Gears and stuff like that. Those gears, okay, there we go. There's still one flying. Kind of went in the air and then disappeared. And there we go. The Vargeists have now caught up to the enemy Demi-Griffs, and I do want them to kill as many as possible. Obviously, we don't want to be auto-resolving against the enemy again next turn with a lot of their elite units alive, so we're going to chase down as many as we can. And obviously, since Isabella's army has ludicrous speed, they can really do that quite well. Alrighty, but we don't really need to watch it, so let's just speed up the rest of this. It was a fairly decently long battle, about 7 minutes, although I think the actual battle ended at about 5, and then it took a while to destroy the steam tank and chase down the units at the same time. Obviously, the battle was over long before the steam tank died, when the enemy actually chain routed. But there we go. Well done to Isabella and this army. This was the debut of this army, in fact, and it did quite well. I'm also curious to see how well it will do at fighting in sieges. I think because we now have 6 Vargeists and 4 vampires, we can separate the army when we end up in sieges in the future, i.e. send 2 vampires and 3 Vargeists in one part of the wall, and then 2 vampires and 3 Vargeists in the other part of the wall. That should considerably speed up matters, and it looks like, once again, Isabella's army is going to be very, very strong. Now we just got to get Vlad up to Isabella's level. And there we go, all things considered. Hey, our income is now perfect again. All things considered, that went pretty damn well. They had the temerity to dare to attack the city of Nuln after Isabella had gone out of her way to take it. And for that, they were obliterated by her army, and they didn't suffer too much damage either. The bats did really well, the Vargeists did really well, the Vamps obviously landing in the middle of the enemy army and softening them up and very quickly killing that enemy lord. All went quite nicely. I thought that we'd do a little bit worse there, and I thought that our bats would get a little bit more badly damaged, but hey, I think at the end of the day, that was pretty worthwhile. Now, we're not going, I was about to say we're not going to return captives. Honestly, the dominate captives doesn't heal us enough right now. I'm almost tempted to say go murder captives, but you know what, if we are able to auto-resolve it... Oh no, we only have 1 movement point remaining, but Carmilla can still move. I feel like she should still be able to auto-resolve some of these armies to death, or at least I hope so. It would be annoying not to be able to... Oh man, and now we do have enough money to get the... Knights of the Red Death, ironically enough, eh? This is a more difficult consideration than I thought it would be. You know what, Isabella's probably going to be fighting over the next few turns, and you know what, extra magic can always help out, so we're going to murder these captives. Once again, for daring to attack where Isabella had taken before. There we go. Very, very nice. I was really expecting them to attack, and instead, oh, and we got we got more money from the Necropolis laborers as well for the fine metalwork. With the dwarfs, very nice. And we got a few followers on top of that. Alrighty, Carmilla, you didn't level up. Oh, damn, but these armies are now together, which is annoying because I think Carmilla won't be able to auto-resolve them to death. Would she be able to fight it? I mean, she might be able to kill them personally, but probably with fairly heavy losses on her zombies. Especially even 1 Hellstorm rocket.
I'll ignore that.
Not likely.
It's something to consider. I think Carmilla would be able to kill almost all of those units. Now, and I feel like we probably should chase them down and kill them for good, which we could do in a second. Let me just think about the rest of this. You, Waller, we summoned you. And now I'm not entirely sure what to do with you. First of all, I guess we want to use up some of our cash here on Sylvanians. Wait, Vlad, you were also going to... You know what? You can... Oh, damn, why must these guys be so expensive? I'm actually curious. If we go into Necromantic Ritual stance, I don't think that will affect it, but, you know, you never know. Wait, did that affect it? 1872, was it not just 2000? Let me just... Yes, it does. Oh, huh, very nice. So wait, the regiments of renown for undead count as raised dead? Oh, wait. So 4968. What about on Gorst then? It is 3899. Yes. Okay. So yeah, regiments of renown are all raised dead, even though these guys are literally some of the only units that we have that aren't dead. Interesting. Interesting and fascinating. Alright, let's try to figure this out. First of all, Gorsteed, go outside to Cragmere and go into Necromantic Ritual stance once again. Is there anything we can summon here this turn? We have recruited the maximum amount of... Yeah. And honestly, there's nothing we can summon this turn, unfortunately. Oh well. Okay, well, Gorsteed, then you are going to march stance your way over to the other side here. I know that we can summon stuff at Carrick Dromar, so that's what we're gonna do. Go. You, Kemmler, you are going to the moot, wherein you will take stuff and then you will just sit there for a while. You try not to get in Kemmler's way, please. Kemmler doesn't like it when you get in his way, and you don't want to make Kemmler angry. Otherwise, Vladdy. Alright. Let's say we get you 1 unit of handgunners. Gonna spend some cash here, that's for damn certain. Alright, 1 unit of handgunners. There we go. Do we delete this? No, we don't delete it. We give it to Dieter. Alright, then Dieter, you are going to go into Necromantic Ritual stance as well, right outside the walls here. Right there. And to Necromantic Ritual. Then you're going to join together 2 of your units of zombies. And you're gonna, oh man, it's a high chevron, yeah, whatever, it's just a zombie unit, who cares. You're gonna delete that, and you're gonna summon the other 3 units of Sylvanian Crossbowmen at a fairly decent price. Alrighty, then. I swear I have this all figured out. Then you, unfortunately, are temporarily once again going to get disbanded, but we'll get you back, buddy. I just want to double check something here. Red Fury, no. Okay, we got Sylvanian Crossbowmen. This is Own Armies faction-wide, so I want to see melee defense is at +5 currently. So the Sylvanian Crossbowmen are at... wait, what's their melee defense? It is at 47, so if we take you off the field... It does not drop. Okay, so yeah, we need more von Carstein bloodlines just to be able to do that. Alrighty, I'm reasonably happy with that. Dieter, you're gonna move to Fort Saul, where it looks like Balthazar will be unable to do anything about it. Vladdy, you're gonna go into March stance, and you're gonna move into Filedorf, wherein if Balthazar tries to move there, he will get ripped apart by your army. Yeah, this turned out very well. All thanks to the Queen of Darkness, Isabella. Now, how do we deal with the rest of this? And I can't believe we still have cash remaining. Also, I'm willing to bet that these guys are about to attack us as well. Gonna help the Empire out. Ooh, I also want to see dwarfs. How do you feel about our attacking the Empire? Don't appear to really care all that much right now, interestingly enough. I would have expected different. Alrighty, Carmilla, you're gonna move in a bit. I'll deal with, the Red Duke. You had things to do. Which is an auto-resolve at the Dead Draw Gap before the dwarfs take that territory from you. Let's do this right away. And yeah, you can auto-resolve that without any losses. Very minor damage. Occupy the place, please. So there you go, buddy. And Southern Darklands are now ours, and our borders are fairly decent now and close together with the dwarves. Beautiful. Let's upgrade the Desolation. Ooh. Desolation of Drakenmoor or Dead Draw Gap. Those are both interesting options, because you are at 2, you are also at 2. You're probably more important, because you're probably more likely to get attacked by the... watch this guy jump down here and go for the Desolation of Drakenmoor. Oh, man, it's very possible that that's what he'll do. Now, do we want to get a Peasant Blood Tax in here, or do we want to get a Balefire Brazier? Our Vampiric Corruption is growing, but unfortunately there are Skaven nearby, which is probably going to cause more Skaven Corruption. First of all, also, we do need to get the Foster Terror. Money. How much money would you... Well, you basically make no money, but if you get a couple of these things, you'll start making some. At the very least. Although, once again, I'm... You know what? Start with the Gibbet, and then we'll see. We'll see. Okay, I'll deal with the level ups between the episodes, at least on you, because you're not going to be fighting for a little while. Now, the rest of the money we're going to hold on to. I was going to steal some... You know what? Maybe we'll steal a little bit of tech. Like, you have no tech steelies left. You were about to go to Darkhold anyway. Oh, right, you can do this. Go to this for free. You can go to nothing for free, but you can steal tech here. Okay, fine. And that's what we'll do. Alright, there we go, Clannishin. I'm still shocked that they never jumped to Nagashazar. But pleasantly so. Alrighty. Ugh. I really wish this... How did... Oh, right, it's the Imperium and increased our... Actually, wait, it doesn't list hero action cost here, so why did their action cost increase so much? We got a bunch of reductions, but their cost increased. It's probably be tied to their levels, unfortunately. They've leveled too much. Alrighty, well, it is what it is. Okay, now we do want to assassinate. I still do want to get more von Carstein Lord, so I guess you're the only option. Let's see if this works out. Come on, don't fail, please. You tried, Emmanuel. At least you tried. Let's go for Disciple. That's right, Disciple. You heard me correctly. You guys, you're all going to go move to up here. And I just want to see if there's another one that we can summon right now. We got Perceptive, we got Tactician. I don't like any of these. You know what? I think we'll wait. Because I did say I want to get more Banshees into Heinrich Kemmler's army. We can just upgrade this. It's only going to take 3 turns, but it's going to take all of our money. It would be helpful here, though. It would certainly be helpful. We're probably not going to be manually building Hex Rates and Care Knights. Probably just going to raise them with Gorst. Who, now that I think about it, I probably should have transferred them now, because how can we raise when we don't have any units? Well, I guess we could get rid of 2 of these corpse. No, I was going to give these 2 corpse cards to Dieter. They're high level, and I don't want to get rid of them right now, especially while you don't have necromancers. Actually, speaking of necromancers, man, there's so much to do. Now that we're at war with everybody, I'm a lot more concerned. Ooh, a necromancer with melee attack +1 on leadership. That's going to help out Gorst quite nicely. Yeah, fine. We need to start getting, fighty necromancers on field.
I will not.
It's time. You are going to join Gorst's army. Unfortunately, you won't be able to get your corpse card yet, so we can't get rid of his corpse cards until we do, but still. Master of the Dead, please, and... Do we go for Potent? You know what? I think we go for Potent. In addition to Raise Dead, obviously. Max it out. Or do we, you know what, I feel like Arcane Conduit's probably going to be more important right now, just so that you help Gorst's army more. So 1, 2, 3... Will we have enough points for not specializing? Do you need Curse of Years? You know what, let's have you get Wind of Death, and we'll have somebody else specialize in Curse of Years, so that they're maxed out, so that we don't spread the points too wide. There we go, Arcane Conduit right there. Alrighty, you are going to join Gorst's army eventually. You're going to follow him along for now. What else do we need to do here? What else do we need to do? Oh, right. This. What I was expecting is not going to work, but...
Slay them.
Hey, it's a Pyrrhic victory. You know what? Worthwhile. I was going to try to have Carmilla very, very slowly kill these armies, but at the cost of 2 zombies, I think we can do that. There we go. And we can get 1,000 points back. We could heal up the zombies. No, I think we're going to return those captives and then move right back into the city. Beautiful. Well done. Nuln, go back right here and then get a couple more zombies recruited right back. Lovely. We're going to have to think about what we want to do with this army. I mean, it's probably going to... So my original plan was to essentially have this army follow Gorst around and have them two work together with a giant pile of zombies plus the damaging units that Gorst has, and it's still an option. The other option would be to make Carmilla her own force, but then she wouldn't just have zombies. We'd need to get something else in here as well. It's another option. Like we get some Vargulfs or something in here. Honestly, Mortis Engines would be the best option, but anyway. Alrighty, now we are just about ready to end the turn. We're also quickly running out of time. That battle with Isabella certainly took a lot of time here. Isabella, you are ready for your supernatural horror, so let's get that. And I just want to level these up in case the Empire attacks us again next turn. Dark Benediction, beautiful. Alrighty, once again, well done to Isabella. Let's see. Now, Wissenberg and Dodenbach are ready to get... Would you be able to reach these? I feel like you would. I'd love to upgrade these territories so that they don't die so easy. How long will it take to build them? 3 turns and 3 turns each. What do you have? Ooh, you have the Iron Mine, don't you? Iron Mine is obviously more important, so I think we're going to go for the Shady Township at Dodenbach and hope that you don't do something crazy. I probably actually could have put you into ambush stance. We still really need to deal with all of these forces up here. But yeah, there we go. Now we have a defensive line of armies here, which I'm liking a lot more. And then a couple of reinforcing armies ready to go. Plus the Red Duke can now turn from the mountains now that he's joined together completely with the dwarfs. It'll be very bad if the dwarfs turn on us at some point, which they probably will. Once again, we just need to try to get to the point where what's it called? Get invaded by chaos, at which point the dwarves will like us a little bit more. And once again, probably force them into some more fights. Numas is what I'm thinking of doing next. What I'm concerned about with Numas is that Machrok is not in a great position, essentially, to defend itself. Because the garrison's kind of weak, so we might have to summon a garrison there, which will most likely have to be Manfred. He could defend this while, I guess, the dwarves take all of these territories. They're welcome to him, I don't really care. Also, Nagash is our man. The growth is so long. If we get more cash, we really need to get those Lich Yards up and running. Now, do we declare war on Numas now, or do we... You know what, let's wait a few more turns while these guys fight the Skaven, and then we'll deal with it as it comes. Let's, in the meantime, end the turn. I'm not going to do anything, I guess, because we need the money for more recruitment and stuff. And I did want to steal tech, I know, but what are we going for right now? We're going for Endless Thralls. Oh, right, I switched it to Endless Thralls from Incantations of Nagash, both of which are good, don't get me wrong. Hero recruit rank for Necromancers actually would have helped right now, but yeah, I do want Endless Thralls ASAP. So yeah, let's do that. Alrighty, let's end the turn. Let's see about this. Let's see if they try to attack Isabella in anger. But I think what happened with their army should have at least taught them something about what will happen if they try. And if anything, they'll probably leave Grunberg. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Because otherwise they'd get attacked here. Oh, if it isn't Aranessa... What? You demand that we break a trade agreement with the dwarves? What the hell are you talking about? I'm gonna force the dwarves to attack you. That's what I'm gonna do, Aranessa. Oh, man. I actually wanted her territories for us because there's a lot of good money-making provinces on this coastline here, but... honestly, if we do declare war... You know what? Just ignore her for now. The dwarfs will probably eventually fight her themselves. Alrighty, are these guys going to attack Isabella? No, they're going to sit here, wherein they will die next turn as Carmilla and Isabella attack them together, and then start taking territories. Azag, you're still shockingly somehow alive. Oh! What the heck? Ostermark's here. Wait, this isn't Ostermark, this is Ostland. Yeah, no. No thanks. Alright, looking pretty good still. Amateur discovered, Goraz Deathmaker, yada yada yada. Move a character to Baston. Yeah, we'll do that. Red Duke and Kemmler, you both have to move out that way. Although Kemmler's going to be probably a specialized anti-chaos army, so that's also something to consider. Anyway, speaking of, Kemmler, you go here. Did I ever build this? No, I didn't build this. What's the cost again? It's so expensive. I guess we could get Kemmler a dwarf spy to very slightly reduce the construction cost. It's so slight that it makes it feel not worth it. And oh man, Spirit Hosts actually cost a lot to make. Too bad you can't raise them. Alrighty, well, speaking of raising, let's move you up here. And let's see if we can at least get a black coach up and running. Immediately to the Necromantic Ritual, and what do we have here? And yes, we do have our third black coach available, plus a unit of Hex Wraiths and a unit of Crypt Horrors, or Cairn Wraiths. Why did I say Crypt Horrors? One of these is not like the other. Alrighty, well, temporarily we're gonna have to get rid of some of our zombies, but not to worry, they're pretty easy to build. So here we go: Hex Wraiths, Cairn Wraiths, Black Coach, and now we just need one more Black Coach. Get the fourth one, and then we'll be, well, not quite good, but getting there. And you know what? We're probably just gonna get the Claw of Nagash into Gorst's army. Honestly, it's an amazing freaking Mortis engine. It's honestly one of the top tier regiments of renown in the game, and I do love the thing, but I think Gorst needs it more than any other army. Every single army could use these, and I generally like to keep them to Vlad's army. But yeah, we'll just give them to we'll just give it to Gorst, probably, unless we eventually transfer it to Kemmler. But as we saw, Kemmler doesn't actually buff Mortis engines in any way, whereas Gorst buffs them pretty considerably. Let's see. Yeah, so 15 melee defense and speed, plus 30 for Mortis engine. Well, 15 melee defense alone is worth it, so yeah. And that's on top of Carriages of Death, which will give them another 6 melee defense and even more speed, which is going to be great. To be fair, we could get this on Kemmler, and we probably will, as he is going to get some Mortis engines of his own, but we need a bunch of territories that actually have freaking crypts and libraries, so that we can actually get our elite forces in. But anyway, Gorst, you are good now. We're going to switch you back to March Stance. We're going to move you into Schwarzhofen. We're going to transfer some of your stuff to Heinrich Kemmler, and then we're going to move to Castle Tempelhof to hopefully summon the last of our units. We're just going to keep going around between these three until we get what we want. You are going to move around here, and we're going to join you into Gorst's army soonish. We are also going to double check that we don't have a better Necromancer available now. Another Disciplined Necromancer. Let's summon you as well, buddy. 2 of you now. There we go. Both of these Necromancers are going to be Gorst's Necromancers. Yeah, Gorst's army is really coming together. He has his 2 Necromancers now, 1 Black Coach short, and if we get the other Mortis engine, he'll be complete and he'll be ready to roll, in a very literal sense in many ways. And yeah, and then now he's free to transfer his Gorst carts away. Beautiful. Well, actually, we'll keep 2 of them while the Necromancers are powering up. Because they need HP to, or they need XP, rather, not HP. I mean, they do need HP, but they also need XP in this particular scenario. Anyway, you know what? There is a lot of administrative stuff to do right now, and I don't think that we have time to do it. So I am going to call this episode here. It had a pretty epic fight, and I think we achieved a lot, interestingly enough, setting up the defenses here. And next episode, we will A, have Vlad obliterate Balthazar Gelt's army. B, have Isabella obliterate all the armies at Grunberg. I don't think they're going to be as strong. I mean, they do have some damn nice stuff, so it'll still be a nice battle, but at the very least, we'll have Carmilla and her zombies to help out with all this. So it'll probably make for a nice cinematic battle, or possibly 2. I don't know if we need to. Yeah, this will probably, yeah, I probably would want to get a duel between Gelt and Vlad, so all of this will probably be pretty fun. And yeah, that'll probably make up the entirety of the next episode as we march on the I was about to say march on the northern part of, well, what we're building in terms of the Empire. I mean, it's north of us, but it's not really north, if you know what I mean. I was just thinking we probably still need to send somebody to deal with all this here. Otherwise, they're just going to keep sending armies. So we could, in theory, send Vlad up here to take these territories and move back down here. It's another option. Or we could quickly move to take Altdorf. You know what? I will think about that. We'll deal with it as it comes. We'll keep building units here with Kemmler and Gorst as they get their armies ready to move and probably start fighting off the forces of Talabekland, who will attack us sooner rather than later. So it's going to be a pretty great few episodes coming up. Stay tuned. Don't forget to leave a like and comment for your friendly neighborhood heretic. All glory to the algorithm. Whatever I say about likes and comments usually being important. And thanks for watching.